Okay. Nope. No. Did I save? I did. Why do you think Titanic is part of the Dark Cinematic Universe? Try not to end on puzzle rooms. Dude, good call. Seems like it. Any objections? Nope. Combine! Now they get the file. Alright, so this mannequin needs to be 53.2. Nothing happened. That's odd. Maybe it's the wrong weight. Wait! Well, you know how there's the scale on the side of the bed? Maybe we need to get the scale to a specific number. How are we gonna do that? I think we're supposed to swap our body parts with John. Oh, let's give it a shot. Operating instructions. The two screen will display two medical mannequins. You can switch the body parts by selecting the part you wish to switch out. Wait, no, I need to file. I don't know which one I need. No dice. No dice, I didn't do shit. No kidding, no dice. That's right. I would need 51. Hang on, I'm just gonna write this down because just alt-tabbing a bunch is gonna be easier than remembering. So we need John to be 51, not 20, 20.3. And we need Lucy, we need Juicy to be 53.2. Right. Hit. What is it? I've already forgotten. 53 point something. It came from John's operating table. We better check it out. Some puzzle. Huh? Lid on the scale. It opened. Oh, I get it. It must have opened because we matched John's weight to what's on the chart. There's something sticking out. A key. It's a 2 and like a 1. It's a Jupiter symbol. Great. So this purple liquid, what are we gonna do with that?
Hey, hold on.
Oh, okay.
Oh, what's up?
Where's Clover?
Huh?
What do you mean, where's Clover? Clover's nowhere to be seen.
God damn it. Okay.
Sure thing.
Junpei left Seven at the door and headed back to the operating room. He found her, standing next to the operating table. She's staring at the mannequin.
Hey, Clover. What's wrong? Come on. Let's get out of here.
She didn't respond. If she hadn't been standing out here, standing up and breathing, Judith might thought she was dead.
What are you doing? Did you want to come back here and say goodbye to John?
It wasn't the best joke, but it was something. An attempt to lighten the mood. Clover didn't laugh. Bad fucking joke, dude. She stood stock still and said nothing.
Hey, Clover, can you hear me?
Perhaps it was something she said, or perhaps it was something else. Suddenly, her mouth opened and she whispered in a dry, dead voice.
My brother might be dead.
Huh?
Huh?
That's why we couldn't find him. If he's dead, I'm going to be next.
What?
What are you talking about? What's wrong with you?
He gave her a small shake, but she still hadn't responded. The silence grew heavier. What do you want to do? Gave her the 4-leaf clover.
Oh, yeah. It's in my pocket somewhere. A 4-leaf clover.
Santa had given it to him to the second classroom. He held it out to Clover.
Hey, did you know? Each leaf means something. Hope, faith, love, and luck. That's what a 4-leaf clover stands for.
What?
Take it. Use it as a good luck charm.
He pressed the 4-leaf clover into her
Listen
hand.
to me, Clover. No matter what happens, you can never lose hope. You have to remember what's most important, and that's to have faith and to have love.
What was the other thing?
If you can remember all of those, that'll bring you good luck. Snake, I mean, your brother, he's not dead. He's alive, somewhere. I'm sure of it. You've just gotta believe in that.
Clover seized the 4-leaf clover in her hand. He could see tears start to form from the corner of her eyes.
Thank you.
No problem. Her voice was tiny and broken, and as she spoke, she started to cry. She tried to hide her tears by looking at the floor, but it did little good. She wiped away the tears with the baggy arms of her jacket, but more quickly took their place. No matter how she tried, she couldn't stop crying. Her tears made small wet circles on the floor.
Thank you.
Dude, no problem. Then she looked up at Junpei and seemed to choke down the last of her grief. She did her best to smile. Junpei wiped an errant tear from her cheek with his thumb and gave her the best smile he could manage.
Seven's waiting for us at the exit.
But she still didn't move.
Wait, before we go, there's one thing I want to ask you.
What's that?
What do you think when you hear the word experiment?
For a moment, his mind froze. Then he came back to his senses and realized the word meant nothing to him, aside from the dictionary.
What?
Oh, I guess it was just a coincidence. I mean, that you knew about the 4-leaf clover.
Look, I'm sorry. I don't want to be a jerk, but you are making less than no sense right now.
Oh, no. It's nothing.
Oh, don't give me that. You really think I could just... What is this experiment you were talking about?
What's this experiment you're talking about?
You promise you won't tell anyone?
Cross my heart.
Really?
Really?
I can
Really?
trust you, right?
Trust.
Of course you can.
Okay, then. I'll tell you. I'll tell you what happened on this ship 9 years ago.
9
Wait.
years ago?
On this ship?
Yeah, this ship.
He was lost entirely. He had 1,000 questions, but it was probably best, he thought, to save them until Clover
It
had
was an
finished.
experiment to test some sort of psychic thing. Communicating through these fields that you can't see.
Oh, shit!
Fields that you can't see?
Here's something that's before. Clover nodded.
Like, think about this.
What do you see? Does this look like a dog or like a man in a boat?
This is John, right? But is he really John?
Huh?
All Junpei could think was she's finally
Isn't
lost.
this like Locke's socks? Or the ship of Theseus?
What? I don't get it. He never heard of either of those things, although they sounded smart.
You
Fucking
don't
idiot.
know? You haven't heard of those paradoxes?
No.
No?
Really? Okay, well,
Fucking
pay attention
idiot.
then. This is how Locke's socks works. Let's say I've got a pair of socks. They're my favorite socks. One of them gets a hole in it. What would you do if that was your sock, Junpei?
Throw it away.
Well, I'd pitch it, I guess.
But it's your favorite pair of socks.
Come on, who loves their...
It doesn't matter. Just suppose you do.
Well, I guess then I'd patch it.
But what if another hole opens?
I'd add another patch.
What if another hole opened after?
Another patch?
Well, let's say you just keep adding new patches until eventually the original cloth of the sock is totally gone. Once you get to that point, can you really say they're the same socks you started with?
Well, that's...
No?
That's tough.
No, it's not. No.
So, that's the Locke socks?
Yeah, the ship of Theseus is a lot like it. The ship of Theseus. If you keep fixing the damaged parts of a ship, eventually it ends up with none of the parts it started with. Can you really say that ship is the same one you started with?
Is this really like a paradox or like
And
what?
what if you took all the old parts from the first ship and built another one somewhere else? Then which ship is the real ship of Theseus? The one you repaired, or the one you built with all the original parts?
It was an interesting question. Or to see Junpei was intrigued.
Hey, do you think it's the same?
What's the same?
These guys. Is this John? Or is it Lucy now?
Oh. That's John's head. I feel like this is slightly different. Of course, for many hundreds of years, conventional wisdom held that the man's identity resided in his heart, or any number of internal organs. And here, they had both.
John's head and heart are both his, but apart from those and a single arm, the rest of his body was once Lucy's.
Was that mannequin really John?
We're just like these mannequins. Think about it.
I'm gonna take your
The
arm
cells in
now.
our body change every day. Old ones die and new ones are born. Maybe part of my arm is made of stuff from a fish I ate once. Or maybe
That's
part
a
of your right
terrifying
side is made
prospect.
from a cow you ate. If you take it a little further, those cows and fishes are made from something else too. That's how we're all connected, through fields that can't be seen with the naked eye.
That's not at all what you just said.
Hey, what the hell is taking you two so long?
Yeah, what is taking us so
How
long?
long are you gonna make me wait? We don't have time to screw around.
Yeah, we don't have time to screw around. She shook her head. Whatever, she had to tell him. She didn't want to tell him in front of Seven. Seven seemed to catch on.
What were you two doing? Was this some sort of secret meeting?
No, we were just
Just...
playing with the men.
Huh?
Let's go, Jim.
Oh. Wow.
Playing with mannequin. Didn't know you were into that kind of thing, June.
You're a...
Wow, way to kink shame now, buddy. Jeez. With a short laugh, Seven followed. They stood in front of the door. Jimmy took out the Jupiter key.
All right, I'm gonna open it now. Is that cool?
You don't
Yes,
need
it's
to keep
cool.
asking, just do it.
Find that.
Yeah, just do it. So the key to turn it. He felt it unlock. It's never not creepy. The door opened with a soft, melancholy creak. Beyond it lay a simple white hallway. There was no fanfare or confetti. Obviously, there was no one to applaud them. How do you feel about Clover now? I don't know. What the fuck, dude?
All right, let's get going.
I don't think
Hey,
I
man,
felt
what's up
strongly
with
about
you?
Clover from the beginning.
You're so serious, you know? Can't you sound more happy, get a little excited?
Hell yeah!
Not really.
Not really. She trusts you. What the hell? Oh, you're right. Sorry. Wow, no, I feel very positively.
My brother might be dead. I'm going to be next.
Like hell I can. Not after hearing something like that.
You found it. I found it. They left the operating room. The hallway took them around several corners, past several doors. They were all locked.
There too, huh? Every door in this place is locked up tight.
How about that one?
The final door was hidden in the corner of the hall.
May as well give it a try.
Junpei grabbed the handle. As he made a push, a voice stopped him. The voice came from behind him and belonged to neither Seven nor Clover.
Jumpy!
Huh?
Jumpy! He spun around. He saw someone running towards him from the other end of the hallway. If you want to stop... Oh, no, we can do some text. It's cool. Let's see. There were 3 people coming towards Junpei and his 3 companions.
June?
June?
And Santa.
Santa.
And Lotus too.
It pulled up short in front of Junpei, breathing hard.
Whoa! What the hell is this?
What are you doing here?
What? But we didn't...
What? Before he could finish, Clover
Hey
spoke.
guys, could you come take a look?
She was standing near the end of a small hallway that branched off to the right. The rest of them ran over, curious what she
Look
found.
on the wall here.
There was something on the wall at the end of the hallway.
A map of the ship's interior?
A map of the ship's interior.
It says C deck. So it's the map for this floor then?
Door 7. And... Door 8. Yep, they both eventually end up at this hallway.
Wow, look at the room that they had to go through. Wait a minute. The pathway through the room does not look like it makes any... Okay, whatever, it's fine. In fact...
Yeah, Isn't that what I said? We aren't going to be split up permanently till we find door 9. We might get separated for a little while, but we'll see each other again. Otherwise, we won't be able to open door 9. And that's how the nonary game works.
I see.
Everyone says that with such confidence. Junpei looked at the map of the ship interior again.
Wait a sec. Hey, could this lead to...
He looked at it more closely, his surprise and excitement.
Oh,
You've got to be kidding me.
One by one, the others saw what he'd seen.
We may as well go.
yeah.
They moved on.
Almost forgot. We should...
Pulled the map of the ship's interior off the wall, put it in his pocket, and followed the others. The 6 of them stood in front of the door, arrayed in a semicircle. Santa stepped forward, took hold of the door, and spoke without looking back.
Ready?
I'm gonna open it. Throw wide the gates. Wait, that's... They poured through the door into the room, even without looking around. One of them knew where they were.
I knew it.
I knew it. They were just where the map said
We're
they
back.
would be. Oh, new camera
In the
angle.
hospital room.
Is Ace not here?
I see. I believe I understand what you're saying. The 6 of you split into 2 teams and went through doors 7 and 8. You solved the puzzles in the operating room and the laboratory, and then met one another in the hallway after opening your respective locked doors.
He managed to grasp, summarize, and understand each team's
At any
report.
rate, I feel a bit silly for my little show of altruism. I know I said I was sure you'd come back for me. I didn't think it would happen so soon, though.
Ha 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 ha!
Well, we saw each other again and we ain't dead, so I say that's good enough.
7 smiled.
Anyway, I say we get out of this creepy old place. We found the key we need.
The key?
Ain't that what I just said? I'm talking about the Jupiter key. We found it in the operating room. Right, Junpei?
Yeah.
Junpei nodded.
Oh, the solar system keys. Actually, we found one in the laboratory too. Here.
Oh. Yeah, Earth symbol is still dumb.
I might lose it. It's probably better if you hold on to it. That way it won't be my fault.
I don't
if
have
it's lost.
pockets. I just have to hold them in my
Yeah.
boobs.
On it.
Okay. He felt slightly less than
Now
on.
we have 3 keys that we haven't used.
Yeah. The Jupiter key that we found in the operating room. The Saturn key card we found in the kitchen. And the Earth key Lotus just gave me.
The Jupiter key is supposed to be for the door at the end of that long, straight hallway, right?
Yeah. If the map's right, then it connects to the central staircase. Then, next to the stairs,
Wait!
They were the first words anyone heard out of Clover in quite some time.
What about door 3?
look, you saw the map, right? It's the same as 7 and 8. Just lead us back to the big hospital room. There's no point to seeing what's on the other side of that door.
There is a point. At least there is for me.
There were tears in her eyes, but she glared at 7 as hard as she could just the same. She looked very much like a frightened puppy. There wasn't a man alive who could have resisted those eyes. I'm no man, says whatever her name is. 7 looked everywhere in the room except at Clover, and muttered and coughed apologies under his breath.
Yeah, you're right, I'm sorry. Snake might be on the other side of door 3.
Clover nodded once. The next person to speak was Ace.
Very well. I'll be coming with you then. I've had a nice long rest. I think it's time I was up and about. So 7, you'll help me, won't you?
Huh?
Huh? Junpei did the calculations quickly in his head. 4 plus 1 plus 7 equals 12, which is 3. It looked like 7 was doing them too. Unless he gave up.
Damn. Well, I guess that's how it's gotta be. So I'm going with you, huh?
Yes, you are.
All right, let's get...
And so it was decided that Clover Ace 7 would discover what lay beyond door 3. Wow.
Okay, we're heading out.
Be careful.
Whoa. Didn't think I'd be hearing that from you, Lotus.
Yeah, Lotus.
Don't let it go to your head. I'd be in trouble if the 3 of you bought it. The rest of us can't open the 9 door.
Ah, the truth comes out.
What did you think the truth was? Beep, beep, beep.
Okay, we're off.
We're off to see the wizard.
All right, we should get moving too.
Huh?
Get moving.
Where are we going?
Everyone except Lotus seemed rather confused.
Well, it would be a waste of time to just sit around, wouldn't it? Let me explain.
Oh, I get it. We're gonna see if we can get anywhere interesting with the Jupiter key.
Yes. If we're lucky, we might find Snake.
They were at the end of the hallway lined by individual hospital rooms.
And here's the Jupiter symbol on the...
All right, Junpei, open it if you...
Yeah.
We didn't tell them that that's what we were going to do. We could get stuck in here. All manner of bad things could happen. Inside was exactly what I expected to see from the maps of the ship's interior. They were in a tremendous hall, almost like a ballroom with a massive central staircase.
Great, back to the beginning. You sure this is a good idea?
What do you mean?
Well, we already searched every inch of this room, didn't we? I'm asking you if there's any reason we came back here.
We have keys. Of course there's a reason.
Of course there's a reason. Man, sometimes I can't tell if you're smart or just lucky.
Huh?
This.
The Saturn and the Earth key?
The Earth key?
I'm lost.
Santa cocked his head back to one side, like an inquisitive bird, and looked at them. After several long moments during which it became apparent that Santa had no idea what the card meant, June took pity on him.
Don't you remember, Santa? On C deck, where we are now, there was a big elevator behind the stairs, remember? And next to the elevator, there was a card reader with the Saturn symbol on it. And on A deck, on the door to the left, there was a keyhole with the Earth symbol on it. So the two keys that Jumpy has?
Should let us use the elevator and the door on A deck.
Yes, that's right.
Yes! June smiled, pleased with herself. So did Santa.
All right, I got it. Let's get started then. What do you say we split into two? Lotus and I will search the Earth one, so you two can search Saturn, all right?
Sounds good. Then you guys should take this key.
Junpei handed them the Earth key. They decided that their initial search should be brief.
We have no idea what's on the other side of these, so don't go too far. Just search for 10 minutes and come back.
Plan decided the two teams split up. Split it up? Did I read that right?
There's a card reader next to the left elevator.
Then let's try out the Saturn.
Beep, beep, beep.
Great! It looks like it's working.
All right. Now, how do I call the elevator?
There's a single button on the right of the elevator door.
Oh, it only has the upside down triangle on.
I guess there's no up button. Well, we may as well try push.
The door slid shut, and they heard the grinding of the motor as the elevator car moved down. Oh, hell yeah. Oh, hell yeah.
It opened!
June's voice was excited, but Junpei could hear a tinge of anxiety.
Sweet! It opened! Let's get going.
As he was about to set foot, he felt a hand on his arm.
Wait!
What?
I'm not really, I just,
Junpei was at something of a loss. What could she possibly be so frightened of? I don't know, dying? Being locked up alone with a boy? What kind of anime is this? She was afraid because the only elevator button pointed down. That meant, of course, that the elevator couldn't go any higher than the floor they were on. Also thought about Julie hadn't seen the elevators on A or B deck or the central staircase, all of which meant that the elevator could only convey them to the lower decks.
Come to think of it, the lower floor, D deck, is completely underwater.
Yeah, dude.
An elevator heading to a submerged floor. That is pretty scary. Hey, wait a minute. This elevator came up from somewhere under us, right?
well, yes, it didn't open right away after you pressed the button. There was a motor noise like it was moving, and then it opened.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
So, take a look inside.
Junpei jerked his head toward the interior of the elevator.
It's not wet at all, is it? The walls and even the floor are totally dry.
Oh, you're right.
Well, let's...
Test it.
Yeah, watch this. Now, I'll just put one foot inside the elevator. Oh, there's only E and C. All right, I'll push E.
Doors had shut and the grinding of the motor as the elevator car moved down. I guess D deck.
I think I can hear.
Okay, that's done.
And a dead body's here. Oh!
Yep, not a sink. See?
Junpei couldn't resist puffing his chest out a little. June, however, still looked confused.
What does that mean? How can E deck be safe if the D deck is full of.
Well, here's what the elevator shaft and E-deck must be watertight and separated from wherever the ship's been punctured. Here, let me show you.
Assuming it's a ship that's been punctured. I'm sorry, he had a notebook?
See. So is that why the ship hasn't sunk? The shape of the inside keeps it all from filling with water?
Yeah, I think that's what's going on.
Assuming that we're actually on a boat. And, you know, not in a classroom
So I'm
or
gonna
something.
go down and check it out. You stay here, or... Come on, just do it.
Just do it. Pushed the E button, the door began to close. June looked worried. Her eyes darted back and forth as if she was trying to make a decision when suddenly...
I'm coming with you!
Huh?
Huh? At the last possible second, June dashed forward, turning sideways at the last time to slip between the gaps in the closing door.
Wait!
June jabbed his finger on the open button, but it was too late. Wow, isn't this so awkward? We're like up against each other.
Crap, it closed!
The door closed shut, and June was in the elevator and headed down to the E deck. He was so surprised by June that he didn't even have time to think about what awaited them on the E deck.
I can't just let you go alone, you know.
Yeah, idiot.
Geez.
Yeah, baka. The elevator stopped and the door slid open. They tentatively stepped out and looked around.
It looks normal.
No fish going about their fishy business or jellyfish floating lazily through the water. There was, however, a blowfish, or at least something that looked very much like one. June's cheeks were puffed out, and her mouth a tiny, intense frown.
Oh, knock it off. It's just like I thought. This part hasn't flooded. Come on, just look around. There's no water here.
June looked around nervously and then... oh my god. Exhaled.
You're right. It's not flooded at all.
See?
But there's a whole lot of water.
Yeah, right on top of us.
What's gonna happen if the ceiling breaks?
We'd probably die.
Oh no. Don't be so casual about something like that.
You asked a
At any
question.
rate, we should probably go back as soon as we can, once we're done looking around down here. Lotus and Santa might already be back.
Okay, good.
Now then.
They might already be back. First thing you noticed was a set of thick iron bars. They ran the length of the room, separating the left elevator from the right
Iron
one.
bars. Well, we can't go over there.
Right.
Then maybe.
In the corner of the room that housed the elevators, Junpei found an
Well-
opening. He walked up to it and stuck his head around the corner.
It looks like there's a long straight hallway down this way.
Something's written on the door at the end.
Let's check.
Oh, shit. 6. They found themselves in front of the door. On it was the number written in bright red.
I knew it!
This is a numbered door.
And indeed, there was a red bolted right next to the door.
But we can't do anything with only the two of us.
We better head back and let everyone...
Yes.
You know, you didn't think about how
Wait,
you would make
what's
your way
this?
back. On the way back, Junpei noticed a map of the wall.
Is this the map for E-Deck? I should take it with me.
I should take it with me.
Huh, so you guys found door 1.
They met back up with Santa and Lotus, who had explained what they found. Apparently there was another numbered door on deck A, just like they heard one on deck E beyond the door that the Earth key opened. According to Santa and Lotus, there was a 1 on the door.
So now we've located 2 new doors. The 6 door and the 1 door.
You know, it is interesting that E-Deck wasn't flooded.
Lotus was quiet for a moment, lost in
Well,
thought.
we don't really know if all of E-Deck is safe. We only checked the area around the elevator.
Even so, it's still very interesting.
It's almost like we're not on a boat.
You said the 6th door was there, right?
Yes.
Then that means Zero planned all this out, even the sinking. That would have meant some pretty serious remodeling of the ship's interior.
It's pretty mind-blowing when you think about it.
Yeah. I wonder how long it took. I can't even imagine how much it must have cost.
It would have been a ton, that's for sure.
Well, that does go along with what Ace was saying. The most reasonable explanation would be that this was done by some organization with access to a whole lot of cash.
Yes, it does make sense.
The thought made them go quiet for a moment. June bit her lip while Lotus sighed softly to herself, and Santa cracked a stiff neck and stared off into the distance at nothing.
Yeah?
I don't think it's a very good idea to stay.
Yeah, you're right. Ace and his team might be back.
Well, Junpei, and I should be able to open door 1.
Huh? You guys leaving me behind?
8 plus 6 equals 19 equals 10 equals 1.
Just kidding. All right, let's go.
Lotus's words were all the impetus they needed. Back to the large hospital room they went. Yeah, good thing these aren't one-way doors. The moment they stepped inside, a tremendous voice echoed across the room.
Hey! Where the hell did you guys go?
It was 7.
7?
7? Ace was right behind them, and Clover was behind Ace, although she seemed to be hanging back.
What's wrong?
You know what's wrong. 7 had the look of a man who'd seen a ghost. Ace was just as pale, and Clover looked as though she was only moments from passing out entirely. For a long moment, they simply stood there looking at one another. Junpei looked around nervously, waiting for someone else to speak. No one did. He looked at 7.
What happened?
What the hell kind of question is that?
What do you mean, what the hell kind of question is that? His shoulders were trembling, and his voice was
Snake is...
Oh. Instead, Ace spoke.
Snake is dead. He died, just as the 9th man did.
What? It's as if all the air in the room would suddenly be sucked out of the room. Junpei felt his heartbeat quicken as he realized he was having trouble breathing. He could feel sweat beading on his forehead and neck. June, Santa, Lotus looked the way he felt. All 3 were frozen in place, their faces white.
God, that's not true, is it?
We should make sure.
Yeah, right. We should...
They nodded to one another and headed for the numbered door.
Wait! Not that way.
What? Why not?
They stopped short and turned to look at 7. He was pointing at the door with no number.
I stuck a screwdriver in there to keep the door from closing open. It's not locked, so you can go in that way.
Where is...
The shower room. The left side of the hall. I put a broom in there too to keep the door open.
That means we can get in without going through the
Yeah.
Then let's go.
Once inside the hallway, it was easy to spot the metal door on
This
the left.
wasn't open when we passed here before.
But now, just as 7 had said, there was a broomstick stuck between the door and the frame keeping it open. They looked at it for a moment, then stepped inside.
Oh, it smells horrible.
Lotus wrinkled her nose and covered her mouth in disgust. Even Santa pushed his nose shut.
Ugh, yeah. This is...
It was just as bad as said, perhaps worse. A hideous smell filled the room, so thick they could almost taste it. It was sour. It smelled of fish, feces, and burnt meat. It worked its way through Junpei's nose and down his throat and pounded against the edges of his stomach.
Ooh.
Put his hands over his mouth, struggled to keep what little was in his stomach where it belonged.
Where is...
Oh. They didn't have to wonder where the body was.
There.
There was blood everywhere, a few arms, and a splatter reaching towards them as they walked through the door. All one had to do was follow the many radial arms to their source.
June, you should stay here.
Yeah, June.
But
Please, just do me a favor, okay?
He put his hand on her shoulder as if to shove her into the ground like a tent pole, turned and walked towards the end of the divider. He felt like it took an eternity for him to get there. Santa and Lotus followed, timid and nervous as a pair of children. Eventually, they reached the divider. They looked at one another and nodded slowly. Junpei put his hand on the divider and peered around the corner. I don't need to see this, do I? His heart. Oh, okay. Oh. Okay. Yeah, gross. Smaller chunks of meat. Okay.
just like Ace.
Uh-huh.
Just like the 9th man. The detonator in his bracelet set off the bomb and...
It looked as though the explosion had been quite
Oh
powerful.
god. The It's definitely...
Dude, this is gross. Oh my god, please, no.
Oh, the face. It's horrible.
Okay. Dude, what are with these descriptions? No, thank you.
But the...
No mistake about it.
Okay, great. It sounded like the noise the ghost would make. No matter how many times he heard it, he never got used to it. Every time I put him on edge. Oh, I don't know. So this one in particular is just like coming across really gross to me, so. I'm not feeling great about it. It didn't help that there was a girl nearby who looked for more like a ghost than a living human should. She sat at the edge of the bed, her head drooping listlessly onto her chest. Her eyes were blank and stared across the room at nothing. Her breathing was slowed and mechanical. Snake is just soup now? Oh, great. Gross. Yeah, how insensitive. Okay, how insensitive.
Snake was probably murdered. Chances are he was killed the same way the ninth man was.
There were 4 other people in the room with Junpei and Seven. Ace, Santa, June, and Lotus. Seven looked at each of them in turn and continued.
It's pretty straightforward. Not that hard to figure out how they did it. First, the killers got Snake to authenticate on the red to open door 3. Then they shoved him into it and waited 9 seconds for the door to shut. Once that door shut, it was all over for Snake. But he didn't give up. He probably knew it wouldn't do him any good, but he probably ran into the shower room looking for the dead. It was a small chance, but it wasn't like he had anything to lose. Unfortunately, it didn't work. The detonator is only deactivated if everybody who authenticated when they went in uses the dead. Snake was the only one who went through the door, and then 81 seconds after he was shoved in, that happened.
I see. So that's what you meant by killer. You need at least 3 people to open one of the numbered doors, including Snake.
Maximum
It
of
wouldn't
5.
open for Snake and a single killer.
Yeah, that means we're looking at multiple perps here.
Well, just in case, I want to make sure. Let's say you're right. When do you think Snake was killed?
When we all split up to look for the parts for the Reds, I think. Right after that was when we noticed he was gone.
Then that means none of us have alibis. We were all off searching the rooms we'd been assigned, looking for those parts.
Yeah, that means anybody could be a killer.
Wait a minute. What are you talking about?
What do you mean, what am I talking?
How can you say that so casually? You're implying that one of us is a killer.
Well, not just one of us. If I'm right, then at least 2 of us are murderers.
Yeah, I'm the murderer.
Why don't you calm down a bit, Seven? What are you going to gain by being so suspicious? That's what Zero wants, you know?
What Zero wants?
Exactly. This game was set up by Zero, wasn't it? Any game has a winner and loser. Whoever makes it through door 9 is a winner, and those who don't are the losers.
Fucking losers.
Zero is trying to make us fight against one another for that victory.
Then you're saying that Zero is trying to split us up by making us fight each other?
Yes, that is why we can't let ourselves fall
What I'm
prey
saying
to
is no
suspicion.
teaming, dog. What the fuck?
We have to trust one another and form a strong bond of friendship. Otherwise, we'll end up ensnared by Zero's manipulation.
Then does that mean that the person who killed Snake...
Yes, almost certainly Zero himself. If there's anyone we should doubt, it should be Zero. He masterminded this game and kidnapped
That's
all
what the
of us.
killers want us to think, that Zero did it, even though I did it.
Doesn't it seem reasonable that he would have killed Snake as well?
Let's see, if I did it, right? So, assuming that it was only 3 people. I'm 5? Am I 5? I'm 5, 2, right? So then we need 6. Oh shit, that means June killed him. Me and June.
Good question.
Or Akane. Maybe I hadn't really
If
considered
Zero
that.
killed Snake, then Zero is on the ship with us.
Was Zero still on the ship with them? What do you mean, of course? He wasn't sure.
Something's still strange.
What was that?
Yeah, it knocked me out and then hypnotized me. Wait, hang on.
Well, I'm just wondering about one.
And what's that?
How can you be so sure that Zero's on this ship?
Really, Junpei? I confess I'm a little disappointed. Usually you're rather sharp. Isn't it obvious?
Wait, it is?
This ship.
Huh?
Zero said, "this ship," several times when he addressed us.
I just kind of assumed those were automated messages and he was nowhere near here.
If he weren't here, he wouldn't say "this ship," would he?
Oh, she just put my hand on
He'd be
there.
saying something
Oh.
like "that ship."
Yeah, that
or
entire
"the ship."
that entire thing when I was searching was completely blacked out. I didn't do shit. For all I know, I killed somebody.
Oh, yeah, I guess that makes sense.
That doesn't make any sense at all. So it was left with a question, and it was one of no small
If Zero's
importance.
on the ship, where is he?
Suddenly, everyone went quiet. The silence was cold and clammy, and Junpei could feel it crawling across his back and around his throat. Again, he heard the ghosting moaning inside. And moments later, a person who looked more ghost than human appeared. It was Clover. She looked at the floor as she spoke, and her voice was a cold monotone.
I think Zero is one of us.
I'm Zero. You found me out. I'm Zero. Eyes darted from face to face. One of those faces was the face of their jailer. I did it. Was he one of them? Well, it's possible.
Well, that's possible.
Huh?
Like Clover said, Zero might...
What are you? Didn't you hear what Ace said?
Exactly. I said we shouldn't suspect one another for no...
No reason. I've got a great reason.
And what's that?
The bracelets. Why are the bombs in our bodies connected to the bracelets? You're all thinking Zero's hiding somewhere watching us, right? If he's doing that, then he could just detonate the bombs by remote control if someone did something they weren't supposed to. It would be a lot more precise and a lot easier. If that's the case, then why is the bomb set off by the detonator in the bracelet?
You got a point.
I'm not done. Try applying the same
I'm not
ideas
done.
to the nonary game. All of the puzzles here run all by themselves. In other words, Zero doesn't have to be controlling them for the game to move forward. Why is that? Why would Zero bother to do something like that?
Because he's in here. Because he saw
So let's say
too,
you
and
and
he was
Clover
like,
are right.
yeah, that's
Zero's
gross.
one
I
of
guess he
us.
does in the first one too.
If that's the case, then it'd be really hard for him to keep track of all of us or control anything remotely. That's why all the puzzles run by themselves. That's what you're getting at, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seven, when we were talking earlier, you said any one of us could be Snake's killer, right?
Yeah, something like that.
All right then. I've got a question for you, eh? You said something like Zero must be the one who killed...
Yes, something like that.
So what do we get if we combine those? They fit together pretty well, I think. Something like this. Whoever killed Snake is Zero. Hence, Zero is one of us.
Ergo.
Seven and Ace's theories aren't mutually exclusive. They actually complement each other pretty well. At least they do if Zero is one of us.
I fucking love math. Ergo.
What were his motives?
His motives?
Yes, isn't that pretty important? Why would Zero want to hide as one of us?
Oh, well, that's because...
Well, so much for making a persuasive argument.
In other words, you only had
I don't really think that's enough to go on, you know?
I mean, we're all just like throwing out theories. Why am I the one that's just like, wow, we're a fucking idiot, Junpei? Keep your mouth shut. Yeah, maybe Zero, maybe I just like to watch. I mean, Zero likes to watch, you know what I'm saying? They heard the bell begin to ring. It was the clock at the central staircase.
It's 3 in the morning.
That means we have 3 hours left.
3 hours?
Then we need to move now.
Oh my god.
7, Clover.
We're really, like,
Junpei,
futzing around.
I know how you feel, but you do understand that right now it's important we trust one another, don't you?
You're right, but
Junpei couldn't bring himself to respond. He swallowed the words he wanted to say inside. Their eyes were looking at something somewhere else, far away.
We must go. We have very little time left.
The hidden room that they know about, because they're Zero. Because I'm a Cylon. They all knew where they were going.
our next destination is Mercury.
Mercury.
But maybe you and June should check it out first and then report back to us.
All right, let's go.
Right. Here it is.
The Mercury card reader.
We're using the card 7 gave us, right?
Yeah,
I found it when we were checking out the shower room.
I think 7 said something like that. Anyway, let's see what happens.
Wait. I feel like that was fast.
I guess the elevator.
Jumpy, I know it's only the 2 of us, but
What's with you all of a sudden?
Let's do our best.
I'm happy we were put together.
You know it's just for searching.
Even so, I'm glad I'm with you.
I'm glad that you're the killer.
First, we need to find out if the elevator comes up full of water.
Just like we did before.
Oh, here it is.
I knew it. It's not wet at
Let's go.
It's not wet at
Yes.
all. Okay.
Look! Nearly all of the buttons are destroyed.
Yeah, only the seat and bottom button can be.
We're on C deck right now.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, let's just hit it. Both go in. Slowly they began to move downwards.
so this is the bottom deck.
Oh, wait. Dude, listen to this fucking bop, dude.
Hey, over there.
2.
This is a numbered door.
I can see
This
that.
is the 8th one we found. There were 2 numbered doors on B deck near the central staircase. They
Oh
were
my
doors
God,
4
we're getting close to the
and
end
5.
of the game.
3 more in the large hospital. Doors 3, 7.
And the door we found on E deck, it was a 6 on the door on E deck and a 1.
Now we gotta go through the 0 door.
That means,
Do you think the next door we.
yeah, I think the next one's gonna be door 9.
Despite himself, Junpei felt excited. There was something about that excitement that frightened him as well.
Finally!
Yeah.
Finally.
You don't look very happy about it, though.
It's not that. I just hope nothing.
You're right. We should keep our fingers crossed.
Let's head back.
Okay.
He did his best to put it from his mind and headed back to C deck with June.
1, 2, 3, 4. All right, 7 pieces.
Pieces of paper they folded up lay on the ground next to Junpei's legs. Everyone had their paper notebook.
Just double checking, but everyone wrote their code name and a door number they want, right?
Yes, just like you told us earlier.
Can't believe we're voting here.
Why had they decided to vote that way?
We need to make the whole thing fair, blah-de-blah. This is a complicated plan, you know. Hurry it up, Mr. I have a brilliant idea.
They decided it wasn't fair to simply ask everyone at once. They would allow people to force others to go through certain
Yeah,
doors.
quiet in the peanut gallery.
Yeah. I wonder whose stupid handwriting this is. I bet it's Junpei's.
All right, let's open the... The first one says, Ace requests door 1.
Yes, I do. Would you like me to?
No, we don't have time for that. Sorry, let's... Next is Santa. He wants doors...
Yeah, that's what I wrote.
Clover wants 1, Lotus wants 2, and 7 also wants 2.
Wait a minute. There is no way I'm going anywhere with the elephant.
No, there'd be no point to the voting if we let people change their choices because of stuff like...
But
Just give it up, Lotus. It's not like I want to hang out with some exhibitionist grandma.
Got him.
I am not an exhibitionist.
I am a grandma.
Barely.
So, last I checked, that's not a crime.
Maybe. But what about common decency? Nobody wants to have to look at a chick who looks like a half-naked raisin.
Whoa.
I'm gonna kill you!
Jeez. Hot.
Oh, not good.
Let go! Let go of me! I'm killing!
With some difficulty, Ace managed to restrain her.
Junpei, read the
Right. June wants door 6.
Yes, I don't really have a reason.
So this was everyone. Ace and Clover requested door 1.
1.
7 and Lotus requested door 2. Santa and June requested door 6.
I'm the tiebreaker.
Then the door I should choose is...
It took him less than a second to run the numbers. He opened the 7th piece of paper and spoke.
Okay, the last one is mine. I want to go through...
Okay. So you think I should stop, like, right at the beginning of a puzzle room, maybe? Or should I just stop now? Would now be a good stopping point? Before I pick? I forgot who picked what door. I think I'm gonna go through door 6. We gotta hang out with June, you know? I feel like she's gonna slip up and and she's gonna, like, you know, let slip that she's the killer, and I can't let that happen. Click it? Okay, let's do it.
I want to go through door 6.
Junpei flipped open the piece of paper. It read, Junpei, door 6. Of course it did. He'd written it after all.
That's a problem.
June barely spoke above a whisper, but they all knew what she'd
None of
said.
these teams will be able to go through the doors they want.
Clover and I chose door 1.
Lotus and I chose door 2.
That's not enough people to open a numbered door, however.
The digital routes don't match up either.
We've got similar problems. Junpei and I want to go through door 6, but our digital route is 5. If we're gonna open that door, we need a 1.
Damn, what are we gonna do now?
What are we going to do?
Junpei crossed his arms and did his best to put his thoughts in order. The others followed suit, but with little result. I mean, they're all gonna, why don't we just do them one at a time?
Why don't 7 and Lotus go through door 1 with me?
Her face was cold and flat, as was her voice, but her logic was sound. 7 and Lotus looked at each other. 10, 1 plus 0. The first problem's resolved. Ace spoke up.
What about me?
Isn't that obvious? Wasn't one of the teams just complaining that they didn't have a 1?
You mean I should join Santa's team?
Yes.
No, my team. Why is it Santa's team? No one seemed to really contradict her. Her response was understandable given the horrible situation in which she found herself, but even so.
Huh.
Yeah, Team Junpei.
I understand.
Team
I'll go
June
through
and
door 6
Junpei.
then.
And also Santa's here.
If we do as Clover has suggested, we can all pass through a numbered door and no one will be left behind.
No, just drug
This
yourself up
seems to be
again,
the
bro.
most
It'll be
reasonable
cool.
Solution.
My name is Santa.
7, Lotus. What do you got?
I don't have a problem with it.
Me either.
All right then, we're good to go.
See you later.
See you later, suckers.
Wait, Clover! Don't move on your own!
Oh, well, also what? Someone's gonna kill her?
Oh, I'll be going too then.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I guess someone could kill
careful.
her. No,
We
but
should
I'm
get
going in the
as well.
wait. At last, Junpei and the other 6 managed to separate themselves into 2 teams. Clover, 7, and Lotus headed to A deck where the door 1 was near the main staircase. Junpei, June, Ace, and Santa, however, took the elevator to E deck. The ride to E deck was a silent one.
This is E deck.
There should be a door at the end of the hall.
Oh, it's not there anymore.
All right, let's go.
Santa's words jolted them to action, and they stepped out of the elevator into a long, straight hallway. Before long, they arrived in front of the door.
Here it
6.
is.
Yeah.
Then let's get to it.
Yeah. I feel like the hardest part of this entire situation was formulating all the math or whatever to make it work. Like, assuming that I picked a different door, they'd have to be able to go into different teams, right? Yeah, I figure once it says
It's right there.
find a way out again, then I'll just save and stop right there. Fortunately, the dead was located easily enough, though. This one had been placed quite close to the door they'd entered through. They gathered around and quickly hurried to place their palms on it for authentication one by one.
It stopped.
Yes, it stopped.
Yes! The countdown had ceased, but Junpei's heart was still pounding in his chest like a frantic, thunderous drum. It felt as though it might shake itself up and out of his throat.
Whew. I don't believe I'll ever get used to that.
I'm not sure it's something I'd want to get used to.
I want to get
We
used to
should
it.
finish this game before imminent death becomes a normal thing.
You got that right. Once I'm out of this hellhole, I'm taking a nice long vacation.
On a boat,
I
right?
agree.
On the Gigantic. With that, the doom and gloom from before was done, and the mood turned
All
somewhat
right,
lighter.
let's go.
With that attempt at good humor, he just said, "All right, let's go." That's good humor. He jogged down the stairs and found himself staring at a large door. That's
This
a large
door looks heavy.
But it's not locked. I'm opening it.
How do you know it's not locked? The room beyond stopped him in his tracks. Oh fuck, it's an MC Escher painting!
Whoa, what the hell is this?
Santa got out a few words before the awe set the rest. Okay, the rest were too stunned to offer any more than gasps.
This has to be the biggest room so far. The ceiling is pretty high, too.
Could be 2 stories, maybe even more.
This space could be utilizing the entire length of the ship.
What's that huge Kamaboko-looking building in the middle?
What? What?
Kamaboko? Well, I guess that's as good of a description of it as any.
What's a kamaboko? Proper term was catwalk. Kamaboko?
I see stairs, so we may as well head over to them.
Yeah, but this section's barely wide enough to fit one.
You're right.
Nearby was a long iron staircase that made its way eventually to the floor beneath him. Kamaboko.
Whoa. You can't even
Kakushinhan.
tell the shape when you're this close.
Let's check out the other side, too.
They moved around towards the opposite side of the massive building, following the catwalk. They hadn't seen much as they walked, but as they approached, the building suddenly spoke up.
This looks to be the steam engine room.
The steam engine room?
Yes, that thing that looks like a cross-section of a mushroom is the boiler. You see the 3 round doors near the bottom? Coal is put into those and burned, which heats the water, producing steam. The same thing that drives a steam engine.
Wait, but it's not
This
running.
one is simply...
I see.
It doesn't appear to be running right now.
All right.
Silent
let's
as
split
a
up.
grave.
Yeah, what's a kamaboko? Is this you telling me what a kamaboko is? Wait, it looks like a. This just looks like a restaurant or something, right? Or is this where people like a kitchen? Is this a kamaboko? Let's see. He turned to see June collapse to her knees.
Hey, what's wrong? Are you all right?
Upskirt, upskirt.
Hey, June.
It was then that he noticed.
Jumpy.
You. Oh, you're really warm.
Dude, you're so fucking hot, bro.
Is your fever coming back?
Yes. Yes. It probably is, but I'm fine. Please, don't worry about me.
Oh, up
I
sweater
just need to
shot.
rest.
No, it's like a t-shirt
And
dress
I'll be fine.
with like a long sleeve shirt under it. I don't get this outfit.
Okay, here, sit down. Careful.
Here, just lay down on this conveyor belt. Oh no, it turned on.
Thank you.
Her eyes were empty, as if she was having trouble focusing them, and even speaking seemed difficult for her. Junpei felt his hand ball itself into a fist and clenched tight, his knuckle whitening. He had to find a way out, and quickly. She's dying! It's because she's the killer. He turned to look towards Ace and...
Ace, Santa.
Yes.
Right.
They might not have shared the depth of his emotion, but they certainly shared his
All right,
concern.
let's get started. Hang in there, June.
She's
I'm gonna get you
dying.
out of here real soon.
Dude, hang in there, June. You can't leave her here. She's the killer. She's gonna like kill somebody else. She's killed before. She'll kill again, dude. Seek a way out! Oh wow, this space is gigantic. Look at this. All right, let's save. Go to places I need to save, I suppose. June is a killer. She has a mild fever. I mean, yeah. Oh, does this mean auto mod caught it? Highlighted channel points. Oh, okay, I see.